This podcast is part of Another Happy Studios,
the home of podcasts with passion.
Hello and welcome once again to Talking Pictures Podcast. I'm your host David and joined with me, as always, my co-host Brian. Brian, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I can't believe that it's Christmas Eve. This episode coming out Christmas Eve.
I know, right? What the fuck's wrong with us?
And it's our last episode, our last movie episode of the year.
So it's not our last episode.
No, we have our much anticipated, most anticipated.
Most anticipated.
Like we were saying there, you love the most anticipated. You love doing the most anticipated movies.
I look ahead. I like looking ahead.
Yeah, and I like looking back. I like doing the wrap up. That's my favorite episode of the year, which is actually funny because it tends to be the first episode of the year, and you like to do the most anticipated, which is usually the last episode of the year.
Yeah, that's true. I've never edited either. You've always edited them.
Well, we're changing that next week.
We're implementing some changes.
Yeah,
forced mandatory edits on specific eepisodes to be released because these do tend to be quite long. But yeah, Christmas Eve, man, fucking hell!
What a crazy year.
Been a fucking year.
But we'll talk, listen, let's not look back at it right now. Let's
fucking Nosferatu, like
started out with Nosferatu here. This isn't the wrap up though. This isn't the wrap up.
Here.
We're here. Listen, before we get things going, I want to remind everyone, or I want to thank everyone, I want to welcome everyone. Hey, thanks, welcome. I hope you enjoyed here.
I think we're a bit of entitled of some thank you ourselves.
Hey, Brian, thank you.
No. They should thank us.
Oh, thank us? No. You don't have to thank us. We never need your thanks. All we need is for you to go on to your favourite podcasting app of choice. Make sure you've given us 5 stars. Make sure you've left a little review. It costs you nothing. Gives us everything. We'd really appreciate it. We've new episodes every single Wednesdays, as well as our final bonus episode that's coming out this weekend. So you're getting the Christmas present of this review, and then you're also getting a Christmas present in a couple of days' time. So make sure that you have subscribe to us on your favourite podcasting app of choice to not miss our final bonus episode. And it's a good one.
Goddamn busting our backs on making all this content, and for what?
There, man, relax. Why are you being so ungrateful? It's Christmas.
I just want some thank you.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
So we normally do a trailer of the week, but as we said, we're doing the most anticipated next week. So we're going to save a lot, because a lot of recent trailers come out. So we're going to save those to talk about.
Of the entire summer's season.
Pretty much, yeah. All of 2026. But today we're here to talk about the final movie that appeared on either of our most anticipated lists. It's also, I say, a big movie for us because our first episode was Avatar: The Way of Water. And now here we are, 153, 154 episodes in?
This is episode 154.
This is episode 154. Excellent. So
imagine if this was our last episode on the podcast. It would be one way.
It would be a good one to wrap up on.
Yeah.
I mean, Avatar 4 is coming out in 4 years' time. Maybe we can reevaluate then, or we can evaluate after Avatar 5.
Going strong.
Yeah, but we're here today to talk about the third installment into the Avatar series, Avatar: Fire and Ash.
I think I could find a YouTube clip somewhere where it's revealed what the titles of these movies are.
Yeah, I have for some strange reason, I have in my mind that one of them is to be called the Seed Bearer,
and another one, the Tolkien Rider.
The Tolkien Rider. Okay. I've not heard that one now.
Or maybe, what's the name of one of those flying birds?
The birds are called banshees.
The Tucson. The Tucson Rider.
Tucson Rider.
I think it's the big red one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Tulkon, probably.
I just called it Tolkien, but sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can't remember. It's kind of hard to pronounce all these alien names.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Jeez, just jump straight into it.
Straight into it. Yeah,
we want to keep this one under about 20 minutes. So,
we were wrecking the break here.
In and out.
Man, look at the length of our last one.
So I would say I went into this. This was a highly anticipated movie for me. I think as the year went on, I became more and more excited for it. What was the film that we saw that included the initial IMAX trailer for Avatar? Do you remember that? What was it when it first came out?
What are you talking about? Are you talking about the trailers we saw in the...
What movie came out this year that included the Avatar trailer?
What movie came out that included this Avatar trailer?
Yeah.
None.
No, there was. Do you remember it had like a little bit of an exclusive window? Was it Fantastic Four?
Yes.
Okay, so when that first trailer came out, when the first teaser came out, I was pretty satisfied with like, okay, I don't need to see anything from this. It's going to just be spectacle. It's going to be James Cameron at his best again. He's created this world. He's pushed forward the technology. I believe.
Well,
You
yeah,
know?
he's discovered a new form of alien species in another solar system.
He's gone there.
He's opened up a acting class for them so they could perform in his movie and film on their planet for low tax credits.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all real.
It's all, yeah, no, it's like there's at no point where I'm watching these movies that I do feel like I'm watching movies. You know what? Like I feel like I am on an alien planet.
In fairness, I do have to say it. By this movie, I do feel like there were a few sequences that felt very much video cutscenes, and I'm not talking about the hallucinogenic drug
The
taking
Far Cry
one.
scene. Yeah,
I'm
no, we'll
not-
get to that. We'll
the
get
Far,
to that. Yeah.
the Far Cry, yeah. Anytime we talk about that and refer to the Far Cry scene, we know what we're talking about. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about other sequences.
I would say that this time around, I think coming out of it, I'm less impressed with the technology aspect of it because some of it didn't work for me. And I think as well as that, the story itself, I'll be honest with you, right?
Will you be honest?
I will. I'll be honest. I think that this movie is a bloated, meandering mess. But I loved every second of it. I thought I just really enjoyed myself the whole way through.
Yeah.
I fully bought into it. But it does have a lot of problems. And I think we can talk about those as it goes. And one of the problems that I felt this time around that really made me kind of sit back and kind of like just kind of look at things funny, where I'm like, oh, I just...
James Cameron forgot to hire a proper scriptwriter.
No, I think for me it was actually the way that it was filmed. You kind of mentioned it there, but there was a lot of sequences where I felt like I was watching a video game cutscene. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way, but just the way that things moved. And I think what it was the scaling up to like 60 frames per second. Things moving way too fast. I don't know about you, but it took me a long time to adjust in that opening scene where the two boys are flying the Banshees in you know, the spirit lands or whatever it was.
Yeah, in heaven,
basically.
Navi heaven. I
was like this is moving way too fast. Like my eyes can't catch up to what's going on. Like I feel like I'm not actually seeing anything that's going on.
I got over it after that.
I mean, I got over it, but I definitely noticed later on in the film when it would switch to those higher frame rate scenes.
I think it was more acceptable to watch it once live action characters were on screen in the frame,
As in like Spider.
as in Monkey Boy was in the picture, and in a green screen environment with motion capture performers. It felt fine in the end. In fact, some of it felt more cinematic than others, I thought. But with sequences that felt very video game cut sequences.
You know what it was for me with the video game stuff?
Well, for me, it was when the likes of Kiri was trying to force her way into the bush, into the light.
Yeah,
to
Awa, yeah.
To Ayla, yeah, and to see what was at the other side. And anytime she was there, it felt like a video game sequence. It felt like what I would expect from an Avatar game today.
Yeah, that's like between missions. Yeah, that's the story cutscene.
No, not even the fact that of where it would be in the campaign. I'm talking about the visual effects itself.
Right.
The technology James Cameron uses. It felt very much like what I would expect Naughty Dog could produce. You know?
For me, there was a lot of scenes and a lot of sequences that took place in first person.
What do you mean?
Like, as in, like, that the camera was, like, from the eyes of Jake or from Locan. Like, there was one sequence...
Locan?
What's the kid's name?
Loak.
Loak, yeah, there you go.
God damn it, Dave, you gotta know
I can't remember every single character's name, okay?
Should I do your homework?
No. There was one sequence where, I think, when they were on the boat at the end, where he was shooting... Like, he was using a gun, and that felt like it was like a first-person shooter. Like, I'm watching a Call of Duty with the Avatar skins on it.
Well, there's a lot of sequences where James Cameron kind of zooms in a little bit on some of the characters. Felt a little bit like Zack Snyder from Man of Steel. Like Loak is firing a gun, trying to protect his siblings, and then there's a few other sequences. It's hard to describe it when you're just an audio.
Listen, I can't.
Podcast,
Yeah, I can't.
you know?
I can't name every single sequence, but there were just a lot of those first-person shots that I was like, this now feels like it's first person. And then the obviously the Far Cry scene the scene that I'm talking about now, we walked out and it's the one where Quaritch goes into Varang's tent and she drugs him, and then it starts it's basically a drug induced scene from Quaritch's perspective, and the whole scene is
from his POV
in first person, and so it feels like it's one of those sequences within Far Cry 3 where your main character is like just having a hallucinogen, and it's like it's getting all wavy and the colors are getting very vibrant and stuff like that, and I'm like, this feels like one of the sequences from that game. And I said it to you afterwards, you're like, it's exactly what it feels like. I don't know if you had thought that or I
really did think of Far Cry 3, a game I've not played.
Okay.
I just know it, but it did remind me of Far Cry 3.
Yeah.
So that FX show has got some expectations and standards it needs to adhere to now to pull that off.
And then I said there it was kind of bloated. I feel like there was so much going on, and you kind of mentioned it there, like you did just need at some points for there just to be a consistent through line, and there was just so many characters and so much going on with each of them that you would spend a lot of time with certain characters and then not see them for 45 minutes, and you're like, what was going on with that? Like, where's that person gone?
I don't have problems with that. In fact, what I do have, let's start with the basics. Bro, that movie was sick, cuz all that little fucking back and forth dialogue between Jake Sully's little ones, I was okay to tolerate it in the way of water. Okay?
Yeah.
Alright, it was...
I don't understand this criticism.
It was 20 years since the first Avatar movie up until The Weight of Water. Alright, it was the return of the spectacle. Okay? We were always going to like it. It's been 3 years now since that, and this is part 2 of a 2-movie franchise. Yeah. And I feel like the magic is kind of gone. Script-wise. Writing-wise. And I said I'll start with the basics. And just having these non-Earth beings, these life forms, these individual characters, the species, whether you're human or Na'vi, talking about the slangs you get from dumb teens as if they were from the city or from the hood, thinking everything is legit and tight, and I just don't get why that's the type of dialogue that is being used amongst these characters now. I just don't get why that now. It kind of deters the profession we expect from top tier pioneers in this industry. And
I don't know, Brian. I think you're going like, I think that you're.
I'm not talking about the effects, Dave. I'm not
talking about the effects either. I think that what you're putting on the prestige of this franchise that you're about to say here now,
it's lowered now.
Why? Because there's kids in it?
No, not because there's kids.
Because that they speak like children?
No, it's not because they speak like children.
You're saying that the prestige is reduced
because of the script.
Because but the only examples that you've given now so far are these kids talking in slang.
Didn't I say I'm starting with basics?
I mean,
I did say that.
Okay, yeah, but the only example you've given is that so far. What I want to defend, I want to defend these kids, because someone needs to. Someone needs to.
I need you to understand. I like I like the kids. The kids are one of my favorite parts of this movie.
I think that the
so
conversation...
you're not defending these kids over me like I'm the bad guy. I actually do enjoy their sequences.
Good. I think that the kids, the way that they speak, it's very important that they speak the way they do, because as Jake says earlier in the film, and it's an incredible scene, where Jake and Atiri are talking, and she is saying about how she hates these aliens. She hates them, how pink they are, and their
little
hands,
little
and
hands.
The way they infect everything, and how awful they are. And Jake says, "Is that how you see our kids? Like that they're some kind of aliens?" And she says, "Yes." Like that she doesn't, like these kids, even though they're hers, they are different and they look differently and they speak differently and all these things. And she resents that. She, deep down in her soul, and she admitted this to Jake, there's a part of her that does not like her children because they are part human. And that every mistake that they make is down to them being humans. And I think it's very important that we see that, and it's something that we, even though we're seeing them as Na'vi, we can associate, because we can't associate, the only thing we can really associate with them are, like, as in we can relate to them, is how many fingers they have. That's not really, you know, I'm not really going to relate to someone more because they've got 5 fingers and someone else has 4.
I admire their tails.
When they're speaking,
Yeah.
in a way that I know, maybe I don't speak that way, but I know other people around me can speak that way and do speak that way.
It's a very human thing.
It's a very human thing. They speak human. They speak like how someone on this earth would. And then I'm sure if you were to get a story with Na'vi children, complete 100% Na'vi children, like let's say we see a movie that's set 50 years before humanity ever touches down on this, we would see those Na'vi and they would be speaking in a completely different manner. But that's not the way that this story is that we need to see these Na'vi kids and these avatars, these, even though they're not avatars, but these Na'vi, this next generation are related to humans. Humans have infected the Na'vi.
I think you're forcing that connection, especially with the part where you say Neytiri resents that element of her kids in the human side and the human side.
But she says that. She says it.
But that could be no. That no.
The character says it, but you're forcing it.
No, David. She says that. She admits to it, but they don't specify the slang and the wording.
You know that that's an element to it. It's like all of these the human elements.
No, I actually don't. I don't. No, I think if that had to be communicated to me, I would need to see more insert shots of Neytiri's reaction to the wording her children uses when they're bantering amongst themselves, when they're socializing with each other. And
I feel like we get a lot of those shots. We get a lot of, like, maybe we get it from, like, Spider. Like, she does look over and she doesn't like Spider hanging out with her kids.
Yeah, and that's telling a completely different narrative path. But in terms of Neytiri resenting that, as you say, human side element of her kids, I feel like you're putting that together with a little bit of force.
I don't know,
as opposed to like, it doesn't feel very natural.
I think it does, because it's something that, like, no mother would want to ever admit, and the fact that she admits it in that scene, that it's finally come bubbling to the surface.
I can agree with you in that one visual example that she resents of her children because they're half human is the fact that Kiri and Loak have 5 fingers as opposed to 4. And that is what me and you can agree upon. But the fact that you're saying it's the human part where they talk back and forth, say, hey cuz, hey bro, hey dude, yeah pal.
I just think
that to me is not what Neytiri resents.
I don't think that's not something that she resents, but it's a part of it.
But you just said that.
Okay, but Brian, okay.
But you just said that it was.
Yeah, let me explain, okay? If I put in front of you, okay, a bag,
I love you, by the way.
Yeah, I love you too. If I put in front of you a bag of flour, a couple of eggs, and some butter, okay,
are you
gonna say, oh, I really like flour? Or are you gonna say you really like flour?
No,
you go, no, I don't. But if I put all these together and I make you a cake, you go, oh, I love cake. Just because it's not one element, okay? It's all the elements put together. Everything builds to make the cake. She resents her kids. And it's not, I don't resent my kids because of the way they speak. I don't resent my kids because they have 5 fingers. But when I put all of these things together, all of it together, I do resent them.
That's a good argument.
There you go. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say.
Good man.
Thank you.
Fucking place for you.
We got there. Jeez,
you got
Louise.
there. Yeah, man, no, fair fucks.
Okay.
Fair fucks.
Thank God. Okay, now we can talk about the abysmal script, okay? Other than the actual dialogue. I think that the script, okay.
I like what they're doing with the characters. Some of them.
Yes, I do too.
You know, yeah, character driven, yeah, good. Plot driven, not so much.
I feel as though the plot this time around is the second movie again, just like slightly reskinned.
I think this movie is the second half of the second movie.
If the first movie is Avatar and the second movie is Avatar 2. This is Avatar 2 Part 2.
Exactly.
It's just like, I feel as though we we went over a lot of the second movie again, but just reskinned, or like, it felt like elements were going to do this again.
I hear there's a lot of criticism that Avatar 2 and 3 are just too similar. I disagree. Avatar 2 and 3 is the one story. Avatar 2 and 3 is the one overlong story.
Yeah.
Avatar 1 is its own narrative.
Yeah.
Avatar 2 and 3 is its own narrative. It's Avatar 2 Part 1 and Avatar The Way of Water is Avatar 2 Part 1 and Avatar Fire and Ash is Avatar 2 Part 2.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And it's kind of consistent with the Matrix trilogy and the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy, and the fact they do their first entry on its own, receive some success, and then they greenlight 2 sequels and they film them back to back and release them back to back. And I think that's very consistent here.
It's consistent with a lot of trilogies, something that's not conceived as a trilogy. Some things do suffer from Part 2 syndrome.
Yeah.
But I think that it's very strange that this is now Part 3, but this doesn't feel like a big conclusion or a big finale.
Well,
this feels like a Part 2 to Part 2, you know?
Yeah. What I will say, that if they wanted this to be its own trilogy, they should have put some conclusions on this, because there's too many things open-ended here.
Yeah.
And I feel like the one praise I will give this movie over The Way of Water is it felt very much more action orientated. And when you're having problems and issues with the script and the overall story and how it's written, it's okay to relax and, mellow and plateau in the action of it all, because it's great action. Whereas the second movie, The Way of Water, I think is more of a beautiful film, and I actually like it more. I like The Way of Water more than this.
There is also an element to being away from Pandora for 12 years and coming back to it. Whereas this time it's being away for 3 years, and we are essentially kind of nearly going back to the exact same spot as we went the last time.
Yeah, very much
We went
so.
from the jungle to the water, and this time we went from the water kind of back into the jungle and back to the water again, you know?
But, that's why it's consistent that this is just the second half of the second story.
Yeah.
So it's not the third story of a trilogy. Like, that's going to be wherever he's going to do an Avatar 4, which I believe is going to have some sort of a time jump.
Apparently so. Apparently a 12-year jump. Which, I mean, that essentially kind of brings Took up to maybe kind of Kiri's age.
I like Chick being her age.
I mean, if it's a 12-year jump, she can't stay that.
No, she can't. But it's just a shame, because
it just means that we're not going to have these kids anymore.
She's the heart and innocence of it.
I want to see more of her. That's the thing.
I like her. I like her. I like her kind of more than Loak. I like her and Kiri more. But then again, there's a bit of cringe in the dialogue that I think that comes back and forth. And I'm not talking about the slang with the kids. I'm not talking about that.
No.
But
it's kind of hard to talk about the plot itself because so much is going on.
I
would rather go character by character.
Oh yeah,
and some
I will.
of those elements.
I'm very much in favor of that.
Yeah.
But just in terms of the overall movie, I like the action involved. I like the fact there was a lot of action. I like the fact that it felt like, is this the third act plot? Is this the third act action sequences? Is this the third final showdown?
Yeah.
I said that at least 3 times throughout this movie, and the pace felt longer, but it didn't bother me, because if you're not bored, it's okay. If you're bored, then it's a problem. And I thought that, I don't know, David, what did I think? I think I've said all I said in relation to that part. Before we go character by character, I like, I don't know, I don't know where I'm going with it beyond that.
You can come back to it.
Can I?
Yeah, of course you can.
Thanks.
Well, which character would you like to talk about first?
I don't know, let's talk about the man himself, Jake Sully.
Go straight to Jake Sully. I like that Jake had a bigger role this time around.
He felt like the main character again.
And I think that was maybe a problem that a lot of people had with the second movie, was that move to the kids, to Loak as the main character.
Well, you watch The Way of Water and Fire and Ash back to back. No problem. It's grand.
It is, yeah. No, it's you're right, it's not a problem. I like that he was the main character again, and I like I kind of like him being, like, he came to the realization that the second one is like that he can't be on the back foot.
No,
he needs to be the active one in it.
Yeah, he spent the entirety of the second movie running away. That's not what we want for our Luke Skywalker in this prestige, media changing content.
It felt like this time around he was very much like, you're seeing the Marine Jake.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I saw that in the first movie. because he's
no, he's the explorer in the first
Exactly.
one. He's the father in the second one, and he is the marine in this one.
Yeah.
He's very action orientated in this movie. And I thought this movie was going to be going down the route where after they were attacked by the Ash people in the hot air balloons,
yeah,
the Navi hot air balloons, I thought the entirety of the movie was going to have all our characters separated.
So did I.
And
the fact that they all came back together
so soon.
But I suppose in the grand scheme of things, when it's a nearly 3.5 hour movie, even if they're away from each other for 25 minutes, it's going to feel like they're back together very quickly.
I'll give you one more. Like, it was an hour by the time they were all reunited. But I thought, Jesus, we're going to spend the entirety of this third film separated. It felt like this was going to be the Empire Strikes Back.
Can I be honest with you?
What?
Had we have gotten that?
What?
Had we have gotten a story where Jake and Quaritch had to work together to get the kids back?
Oh, you mean expand that entire sequence?
Yeah. That would have been just... I would have... I would have been happy with that.
Rather that? Yeah.
No, I don't know if I would have rathered it, but I would have really liked to see them
work together.
And even in the final sequence, in the final battle, where that looks like it is going to be the case moving forward, I was like, good, like realistically, Quaritch is in a position now where Jake was in the first film. Quaritch is on the cusp of leaving humanity behind and becoming a part of the Na'vi civilization. Not so directly like Jake, but because he's joining the Ash people, who are a destructive force, and that would suit him a lot better. But Jake says it so many times, like, just open your eyes, see
dead man memories.
Yeah, just you're not, there's nothing tying you to that life. You just can live. And so I would have liked to see Quaritch make that transition. And I don't know, I know that we're supposed to be talking about Jake, but did you feel as though...
So we'll talk about the two of them together.
Did you feel as though the finality of Quaritch at the end is a little bit open-ended?
Fuck yeah, this movie should have ended with him being in a position where he had to stick his little hair in something that made him open his eyes. And he would see the beauty of Pandora. And that is what, nothing to do with his son, nothing to do with the fact that he's going through an existential crisis and the fact that he's now blue. His connection with the planet. Connection with Ewa.
I would have kind of liked it to end with him being the one that opened his eyes. The way they do that with the first two movies, and it's both Jake.
Yeah, they should have continued it, because it's Jake in the first one, and in the second one, this time, they just didn't do it.
I missed it. I like that. It just has a little bit of a trope between the Avatar films.
Yeah, a trope that is now gone. Lackluster. That's a shame. But yeah, this movie should have ended with putting a conclusion to that character.
Yeah.
Except...
I'm not 100% sure if he's dead or not.
He's not dead.
I don't know. I feel like...
If he's dead, it's going to piss me off.
Yeah, okay.
No.
I hope not. I really hope not.
No, he's not dead. He's not.
We have to wait and see. I don't know. I feel as though as though that was the implication of the scene, but because we never saw him die, it's open-ended enough where if they decide to bring him back or not.
They have to bring him back.
I hope so. I like him.
If they don't bring him back, I'm not going to be happy. Don't know if you noticed, David, but Quaritch is actually my favourite character.
Yeah, and do you know what? I really liked him in this. I liked him much more in this than the other two movies.
Yeah, it's seeing all his little, like, hey, that wasn't very nice when he got stabbed by the little thing.
What?
And he said, I got my eye on you.
There's very few movies where you can have a character genuinely in a scene say, well, this is awkward, and it's actually funny.
Yeah.
And Quaritch pulls that off. Like, there's a few instances where he says lines.
Sorry. Stephen Lang pulls that off in a fucking motion capture suit. And the performance comes through.
And there's just something about, like, his refusal to accept the Na'vi and their culture and stuff like that, whilst also doing it. Like, it's all because he's blinded by the fact that I actually agree with him. Jake betrayed him. He's got that hate in his heart. Like, because he spends so much time with Orang, and like even he walks into one of the briefings and he's in the full garb. Like, he's in a loincloth and he's done it in the face painting, and he walks in like completely serious, like, what? Yeah. And everyone is like, can you not see yourself? But he won't give himself over into that.
He's turning into Anakin.
Like, to be honest with you,
Anakin Skywalker from Star Wars.
Who?
He's turning into Anakin from Star Wars, in a way.
Star Wars?
Yeah, Star Wars.
Okay, I'll have to... You can't be coming at me with this indie shit, Brian. Whatever that is. But
Trekkie fan, are
you? He finds himself a bad bitch. And he's willing to
Well,
willing to throw his whole humanity under the bus and completely give himself over to her. And you know what? You know what I say, Brian?
What?
I say I don't blame him. She was hot. I don't care who knows it.
So did Rob Stark.
Listen. If Rob Stark saw this, he'd be like, "I'll betray an oath again. I don't care." There's something about, like, she's just crazy enough.
Yeah.
And she's just hot enough where I don't see the crazy. You know? I'm like, yeah,
Nah,
I get it.
I'm Natiri all the way.
Listen,
Natiri all the way.
They all have my heart.
Yeah.
These Avatar women, they have my heart. But Una Chaplin, what a great performance. What a fantastic, like, burst onto the scene of this franchise, this well-established franchise, and make a name for herself within it. And what I have to say, okay, what she made
We talk about Jake, by the way.
Go back to Jake, okay? But I think that this story, it's moving in such a way that Quaritch and Varang, like, if we moved slowly into them being the main characters, I wouldn't be mad about that either. You know, I'd miss Jake, all right, but they're great characters in themselves. And what Varang made me realize is that in some Avatar down the road, whether it's 4 or 5,
Yeah.
I would just like to see a conflict that fully takes place between the Na'vi people and not have any kind of Earth
Humans be antagonists.
Yeah, I just want to see just conflict within the Na'vi society. And I think that would be really interesting, because when the Ash people arrive and they attack the air nomads,
That's our introduction to them.
that's their introduction. And it's not that Quaritch has enlisted them to begin with.
Or that he's discovered that there's this faction of
Yeah.
a Na'vi species that
This was something that this would have happened regardless of whether Jake and his family were there or
apparently they existed no different than the Reef people when we were introduced to them
Yeah.
in the second movie, except we were introduced to them via the main characters, as if no, these guys were always here.
Yeah.
They were here during Avatar 1, and these Ash people were here in Avatar 2. Jake Sully says that they call themselves the Ash people, as if, oh, so you knew this the whole time.
Yeah, they were an option.
Yeah.
You know, when they were escaping in the second movie at the beginning, he had the option. Oh, will I go to the Reef or will I go to the Ash?
Will he fuck?
He could have gone to the air nomads, you know?
Oh yeah, but sure, they're probably hard to track down. They're like they're like neutral. They're like they're like Ireland.
But he knew of all of these societies.
Oh yeah.
So I think that would be really interesting to have just a completely Na'vi story and not have the humans in it whatsoever. I don't know if that's
I can give or take.
I think it'd be interesting. I think,
I don't know. I can give or take.
like, because there's an element that is brought up, but not very much, in that Varang and her Ash people, they don't really believe in Awa.
No.
They
That-
feel as though Awa has abandoned them, and so they have abandoned Awa. Even though it's like it's so funny that they have abandoned Awa, but it's the only, like, God. It's the only representation of God that's actually there that they can see. Like, they connect and they can feel Awa, and they get to visit their dead anytime they want. It's like, oh no, yeah, she's there. I can feel her, and I can see her, actually. I mean, but it's just very funny that you have these kind of zealots who are like, no, Awa doesn't exist, or like, she's abandoned us, all this stuff.
No, I think it's
Instead of
I don't know.
embracing
I
her
don't
love.
know if it's that she doesn't exist. I think it's just that they forsaken her.
Yeah, maybe it's that. Yeah,
Like she's no dominion.
yeah. It's just cool. It's just funny. I like Awa as a concept. You don't?
No, I do. It's just we got a little too close to seeing Awa.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that Kiri was essentially the physical manifestation of Awa.
Yeah.
And that's why she was having so much trouble connecting with her.
Yeah.
Was because she was trying to connect with herself. And that wasn't the case. She's essentially
She's a vessel.
Yeah, I suppose I thought that Kiri was God.
Yeah.
But in a way, I suppose she's more of a Jesus Christ figure, in that she is Awa,
I
but
thought
not all of Awa.
I thought she was going to be. It's like how in the Santa Claus movie, how Tim Allen puts on the Santa Claus suit and he's like standing in for Santa Claus
Yeah.
without realizing it's his destiny to become Santa Claus. Mm-hmm. With Kiri here in Avatar, she is the connection, that she is the Na'vi person who is able to connect with Awa when she doesn't realize her destiny is to actually become Awa.
Yeah. The thing is that we don't have all the answers yet. Still.
No, and Maybe we won't get him.
Yeah, I suppose the future of the franchise is up in the air at the moment.
Yeah.
It feels less secure than 3 years ago.
Yeah,
Even though even though it only released last week.
I don't know what James Cameron's saying with the fact that, I don't know, like, we'll see.
I feel like this is the first time, where he's kind of pulled back and he's like, just don't get your hopes up, like, because like realistically, isn't it mad that a movie comes out, it's had its opening weekend and it's made $345 million, and yet still that's like, still not sure, still not sure. Movies, like if a movie came out and its whole run was 345 million, that's incredible.
Bottles.
That's its opening weekend.
Yeah,
that's nuts. And it just goes to show you how much these movies cost, how much went into it.
It's just, look, if it makes $1 billion, then that's fine. It doesn't need to make $2 billion.
Apparently it does, according to James Cameron. That's what it does to get the next one.
But back to Jake Sully.
Yeah, that guy, huh?
I love Sam Worthington. So
do I. And you know what? It's I feel as though I've seen very, very little of him outside of the Avatar films and Black Ops.
No, David. You have seen very little of him.
Yeah, okay.
It's not that you feel, it's that you have seen very little of him.
But I like him. I really like him.
Oh, man. I want him to be in a Call of Duty movie adaptation.
Yeah.
I hope to do Black Ops 1.
To be honest with you, if they're doing a Call of Duty movie, just do Black Ops. Just do Black Ops.
Oh, yeah. The first Black Ops is the best game story-wise.
Yeah.
My favourite's Black Ops 2. But Black Ops 1.
Yeah.
Anywho, Sam Worthington, better than Matt Damon for this role.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Because you know what? I think that Sam Worthington can disappear behind.
He really does disappear. Funny enough, I see a lot of the actors in this movie.
Yeah.
And I see the actors behind them. But Sam Worthington, I see Jake Sully.
Yeah, and you know what? Zoe Saldana, I feel as though I don't see her.
Oh, no, I never. If there's anyone who blends in like Jake Sully, it's her.
Yeah. There was one
like
one of the air nomads.
David Twillis.
Yeah, I knew who it was.
I knew it was him.
There was something about him. I was like, I definitely know you. Then he said something, and I went, Professor Lupin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it was him straight away.
Apparently, he has more of a role in the next movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Very strange.
Why?
I feel like he's dead. Like there's. Just to not revisit him at all. Not revisit any of the air nomads.
No, I guess.
They only have that one sequence.
Oh, well.
That's it.
Apparently, they're the representation of air.
Yeah, I mean, if we're doing Avatar, we got to do all the elements.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of funny because.
Then the Fire Nation effect.
Well, here's the thing, right? And I had to see the movie to think this. The Na'vi we saw in Avatar 1, right? In the jungle, right? They're like the Amazon.
They're the Earth.
Yeah.
Kingdom. Yeah.
They're Earth, I would reckon. And then the reef people, water, right? They don't just have a different shade of blue with a teal of green. Their arms and tails, they're
built for swimming.
They are built for swimming. They're if you cut them off and took their skin off and you see the bone, their bones would be part of their fins. Like they are built genetically differently. They're a different subspecies of Na'vi.
Yeah.
But the Ash people and the Nomad people, general Na'vi, that like you'd see in the jungle, like the one we know, like the Sullys, like in Avatar 1. There is nothing genetically different. There's nothing biologically different with the Ash people and the Nomads.
I feel like the Ash people felt taller and skinnier. They feel like they've been like, I don't know.
Like you could throw that up to the fact that they live in the fucking desert and the fact that they have all those little, like scarrings or little dots on their skin. That's that's self-made.
Yeah.
Whereas
the reef people, it's evolutionary.
As well as with the tree people, as they refer to themselves. But the Ash people, sure, the Ash people look like they could have come from the jungle. Yeah. And the same with the Nomads. They look like they come from the jungle, just a different area of it. Like they didn't look any different visually. Do you know? Maybe the fact that they wear clothes, the Nomads. Yeah. But there's nothing to it. So now I feel like when the next movie is going to be, I don't think it's even going to be earth or wind or based or anything. Like that's it. That's all the elements now. That's them all here in the movie. So they're not going to go with that anymore. So maybe it's going to be less about the Avatar ripoff, like that last Airbender ripoff.
Yeah.
And it's going to be more of its own thing again. But yeah, I felt like I needed to say that. I thought there was a chance Jake Sully could die. Again.
Yeah, I thought for because of the fact that I knew that they were going to kind of switch perspectives going forward, that it was going to be, I think they've said it's going to be Kiri going forward.
They said that Kiri is going to be
The
narrating.
Yeah.
Narrating. Because it was Jake Sully narrating the first two. And then Loak's narrating this, so Kiri narrating the next one. Was great. So
I did feel as though maybe this would be the end of Jake's story. Maybe we're moving on from Jake.
I really thought that he was going to die here.
You know what's funny? I thought that too, until the final battle,
Between
like the full final battle.
between everyone.
Yeah. For some reason, I went into that final battle really confident. I don't know why.
That no one was going to die?
Yeah, I don't know why. I just in my mind went, well, I mean, they killed people in the second movie. I feel like that's all they'll do. I feel like we're not going to get any main character deaths.
But if you think about the first Avatar movie, and I remember this when I first saw it, fucking Sigourney Weaver died.
Yep.
Michelle Rodriguez died.
Yep.
The villains died, Stephen Lang
Yep.
and actor who plays Lyle.
Yep.
And who else dies? MM from The
MM,
Boys,
yep.
he dies.
Yep.
And Neytiri's father,
Yep.
he dies.
Yep.
Right?
Brian, you are 100% correct.
It's a lot of characters that died in the first one.
100% correct.
Yeah.
And I still went into this battle overconfident. I went in and was like, we're not going to have any character deaths. No one's going to die here. So when characters died, I was surprised. I was like,
I know, I heard your reaction when that
one of the teenagers died.
when that hairdo kid died.
Yeah.
What?
Kate Winslet's son died. And I was like, oh no.
Was that her son?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I know the other guy is the son.
I don't know why. I just went into that battle really overconfident. I felt really good when the Tulkun, the whales.
The whale, yeah.
I felt good after their council. The fact that they had accepted Pycan and they're going to actually fight back now. I just felt confident going into it. And
No, the teenager died.
I mean, realistically, okay.
Yeah.
Who died? Kate Winslet and the teenager.
That's it.
That's it, really.
Kind of, yeah.
So those two did get me caught. They did catch me off guard. But I went into it with a blind confidence where none of our main characters were going to die. And I was correct.
Kate Winslet was a great addition to this franchise as a supporting character. I like her character, Ronald.
I quite liked her.
Oh, man.
Her relationship with Neytiri.
I wanted to bring this up, right?
Yeah.
I'm bringing this up.
Okay.
All right. Her scene with Neytiri,
Yeah.
best scene.
Which one? The birth scene or the...
No, the one before that where they're snaring at each other and she's saying, hold still and you do not accept my bandages. And she says, watch yourself, woman, or I may forget you're pregnant.
Yeah.
I just...
It's like this friends to enemies kind of thing.
Yeah, but I like knowing that is Kate Winslet and Zoe Saldana.
Yeah.
There on set doing that. I really like that. I like that it's Neytiri, you know, even when she's on her deathbed saying, before I die, I will push this baby out, and she's saying, you're not dying. Always the argumentative. Then push. I just like that. Like, seeing Neytiri in her element.
It's a good dynamic.
You know, her attitude towards her man, Jake Sully, is different to how she will speak to literally anyone else. She is raw and as aggressive as she is to those who are not her family, as she would be to the humans who are catcalling her and say, "Hey, honey," and she go, "Ah."
Yeah, I think it's it's something ingrained in her to like respect your husband or like respect the chief.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and so she would never disagree with Jake out in public. She would wait till she's home.
Yeah.
And then they would have an argument there.
Yeah.
But she would never do it out in public, and she always agrees, and it's like, you know best, you know. And it's a really docile characteristic that she has, but only with Jake. Whereas she will fight with anyone else.
Yeah.
You know, that does her wrong or anything like that. And I think that it's really sad that Kate Winslet died, because wouldn't it have been, you know, later down the line, how interesting would it have been for those two characters to share a grandchild? They would have essentially, their two kids would have had a child together, and then they're the grannies to the same grandchild.
Yeah.
And it's nearly like they're competing for that child.
Yeah, I do like that. And it would be, I don't know, Ronald, who would be probably the more feared, yet the more loved.
Yeah.
Because Ronald seems to know her shit.
Mm-hmm.
I like
that. she's the what's the shaman, not the shaman, but she's like the spiritual part. Like anytime someone is injured or anything like that, she's like the
healer.
doctor, the healer. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's essentially what Natiri's mother was in her tribe,
Yeah.
and what Kiri essentially is going to become, it seems.
And you know what? Like I said, that this movie had more action in it. I like the fact that we saw more action from the Reef people. You watch The Way of Water. You see Cliff Curtis, who plays the chieftain of the Reef people, and Kate Winslet. They use their spears once each. That's it.
Yeah.
And that is the contribution of screen time battle with the Reef people. So it's way more expansive here. So I think the final action, the final battle in this movie is much, much better than the final battle.
Well, I mean, they call them out.
They
calls them out. You know that in the council, like that, these people, they didn't actually fight. It was all Jake's family and Palkan at the end of the second film on the carrier.
But there is this one specific shot in The Way of Water. You see a lot of the Reef people.
Well, they all
fighting.
go to the battle,
But they're all. You see them all fighting.
okay.
It's a wide shot, and that's it. It's a one and done wide shot. That's it.
But yeah,
they do
it's to a lesser extent than what they do here.
Yeah,
in this one, it feels like a full scale battle, akin to the end of the first film.
Exactly, very much the first one, which is why this feels like the second half of the second movie. Do you know what I mean?
It'd be interesting to watch it back to back.
Oh yeah,
To watch two followed by three.
Oh, it is. 2 and 3 is a one night sitting, unfortunately.
Which is going to be nearly 6 hours, close to 6 hours.
6.5 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like my consequences, and maybe I could have done with a few more. And you have your wishes and wants, but look, she died, and that's about it.
How interesting as well that when she gave birth to the baby, that she was connected. Her and the baby were connected by their hair, whatever it's called. I can't think of the the thing that all the Navi
The ponytails?
The ponytails, yeah. The baby, her and the baby were connected, and it's like in that moment right before she died,
Yeah.
she felt her baby, like the baby's first breaths,
Yeah.
and she got to experience that first moment of life as she died.
Yeah.
But then on the other end, the baby experienced the warmth of its mother as she went cold. It's a really disturbing thing to think about, but
Yeah.
also like, oh, it's just,
Oh man,
it's such an interesting concept to have characters who can literally connect and feel the way, like anything that any other character feels.
They could have expanded on it and done some creative stuff with it if they did it with Quaritch, because they brought it up at least twice.
How interesting as well the way that Varang used hers, that she would use it to incapacitate people.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, for some reason, I thought that, I don't know why I thought this, right? Because essentially Jake, like when Natiri is teaching Jake this in the first movie, she like puts it in to he uses his ponytail and like connects with the horse, you know, that he's riding. And then later on in the film, eventually when they sleep together, they connect to each other.
Yeah.
And for some reason in my mind, I felt as though there was something much more special about doing it with another person. And so it felt weird then for Varang to just be doing it to people.
Oh, she's raping them.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was kind of dancing around, is that I feel like when you connect it to another person, it feels like it's a much more intimate scene, and you only do that if you were to be having sex or something like that.
I think she's doing it with the intent of causing harm to
But I don't know why I thought that when people do that with animals, or they do that with wildlife or anything like that. But for some reason, when I consider it with one person to another, it feels much more intimate.
I don't know. It's another visual cue that we haven't seen. Now we've seen it, and now we're thinking, oh, that's new, I guess.
Yeah, it's an interesting way to look at it. Was her using the connection as a weapon. Yeah. And I mean, and the whole thing with the Ash people, like, they're so vicious, because it's something that we haven't seen before until now, is how they kill other Navi.
I loved the little act where one of her tribesmen has like a bag of something, and Varang shoots it and it explodes, and he's going down.
He's
in
a kamikaze,
flames.
yeah.
He's on flames and he's going down. Yeah, that's a sacrifice. That's how much they worship fire.
But not just that. No, I mean when they cut off the braid. And
do they do that to themselves or to others?
they do it to others.
All
Like
right.
that, like that's something that Loak sees, and when he sees them doing it, he's disturbed by it.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like that's their connection to Awa.
Yeah.
And like that's everything for them, and it feels as though it's like if they do that, they can't be laid to rest with Awa. It's like you've completely cut them off.
I'd like to see a character who has that to them but keeps on living. and keeps
I don't
on
think
going.
you could. I think that's like cutting their throat.
Is
Like
it?
that. Yeah.
Is it though?
Yeah. That's what they do. They cut that off, and the person's dead.
Is it though?
Yeah, it's like their life force.
Oh, I wish it wasn't. I'd like to see this. Like, I'd like them to introduce a new character who that has happened to them, and they're just like,
They can't connect with Awa or something
but
like that. Yeah.
but that makes them this mysterious, wise, wary, seasoned veteran.
It'd be
warrior.
interesting if it wasn't something that you would be dead if you didn't have.
It would be, yeah, but I guess that's not the case. Yeah, Jake Sully.
I like
I-
the scene with him in the box.
I like seeing the Earth element where all these citizens,
Yeah.
these human citizens, are whipping out their screen
They're all
phones.
military people, but for
Yeah.
some reason it
No,
feels
no,
like they're
no,
photographers.
No, they're all staff. They're all like civilians, staff working
Yeah, but
there.
it's all like a military contract.
Oh yeah, but they're all staff and civilians. Like you can't all have militaries. They're the closest thing as civilians that you have. Like they're all.
But
there
a lot
for-
of them are construction workers as well,
There would
actually,
be,
building
yeah.
this city.
And I'm sure a lot of them are reporters. Like this is a complete civilized society that
Yeah.
that we are first introduced to again.
Hmm.
Like this is something we could get in a TV concept.
Could.
Because you have more time to spend and explore.
Yeah, that's true.
And this is the closest touch we have to it.
Every time I saw the general, the one that was in charge,
Tony Soprano's wife.
I always thought of her like looking disappointed when Quaritch would walk in and she'd be like, Tony. Like for some reason I always had her in my mind saying
You
Tony.
didn't watch The Sopranos. when you
Define
saw-
watched. Define watched.
when you saw The Way of Water,
Yeah.
you didn't know her as Camilla Soprano.
No.
But now you do.
Now I do. Yeah.
And now you probably perceive her a little differently.
Yeah.
And?
I thought of her constantly going, Tony, Giovanni Ribisi, what are you doing here? Come on.
I like seeing him back.
So do
Finally.
I. I like him. I like
Yeah.
him as a human character. Like
Yeah.
some of the human characters in it, like
Like seeing him
Jermaine Clement as well. Him back.
Yeah.
I like that he finally got a bit of a. You know, he got to switch sides. Like I felt like that was the whole thing in the second film.
Him and that other character, Max.
Yeah, the one with the arm gone.
No. Max is with
Oh,
Norm.
sorry, Max. Yeah,
He's with Norm.
Norm's friend. Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That's him and Garvin is Jermaine Clement's name, and
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Garvin. Garvin and Max would be like, that's a good team up you'd like to see.
Oh yeah,
In-
I feel like he
in the
would-
lab.
Yeah, he's finding his way into that group
Yeah.
somehow.
And you know what? Just seeing Norm there, still kicking, still thriving,
Yeah.
still living there. Like, I like seeing that actor there, and I like seeing him still be there to play the role. And I thought, geez, I hope nothing bad happens to you.
Yeah, I like him. Apparently, I was looking at. I saw some. Someone had like a visual companion book. He has a wife and kids, and apparently it's a big deal that he doesn't commit like Jake did to his avatar body. So he splits time between.
Oh, see, he's Norm.
Yeah,
He's not the main character.
yeah, but I mean, there's probably stuff that Jake can't do because he's so big.
So big as in.
As in, like, if he was to switch, if Norm was to switch completely into his avatar body, he couldn't work with the scientists as well as he can when he's smaller because the way the equipment is and
Well,
stuff like that.
you know, there is the part where Norm can walk.
True. Yeah. I mean, Jake isn't a scientist. That's always something very interesting that I think about sometimes, is that Jake shouldn't be there.
No, it should be his brother.
He's in his brother's body.
Yeah.
And
And that's something that's never really explored or touched on.
not beyond the first movie. No. Like, I mean, his brother, the
think-
only reason that Jake is there is because he had an identical twin brother.
Yeah.
Like,
And
his
it's
brother
cool.
was the scientist.
Yeah.
Like, what story would that have been? That's crazy.
Well, they're not exploring it. They're not even exploring the fact that this body I'm in, this should have been for someone else. Like there's no, like, there's so many stories you can create from scratch, and the fact that they're not doing that just goes to show how clever this whole creation of the Avatar franchise is. There's a lot to it, but yeah. Where are we going? We're whack-a-moling these characters here.
The guy that lost his arm in the second movie.
I knew he was coming back.
Yeah, so did I. And you know what? I felt like there was something about the way he didn't ever wear a shirt, and it was so obvious that his arm was like a robot arm.
Yeah.
And the way he would use it as if it was like, oh yeah, I don't give a shit that I lost my arm. Like
he's
I'm still gonna kill all these
Oh yeah,
whales.
he's showing off.
And I was just like, oh my god, just kill this guy already. Like he was just so like there was nothing likable about him. Like you know with Quaritch in the first movie where he's the bad guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's still like a cool guy, and he's a bad guy that you like to not like.
Yeah.
This guy, I'm just like, oh, just get rid of him. Like he's just a bastard. Like fuck off. Like I just can't. I just like I know what's going to happen to you. I know that the whales are going to kill you.
Yeah.
You're going to die by either being eaten or being drowned or bit in half or something. Can we just get to that now?
I liked his death.
Yeah, so did I. I was like, finally. I don't want him around anymore.
Yeah, it's a bit the definitive now.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good death.
Yeah.
Like of all the fucking whales, like you think it was going to be the pelican.
Pycan, yeah.
Pycan. But no, it was the fucking one that was blind and
Good.
and, Jesus.
Yeah.
Living life there like that.
That guy actually, he gets a lot of comeuppance because not only does he lose his arm, but it's also then the one that blinds him. Like it's like who should get revenge on this guy? It's like, oh, any of the whales.
Any of them.
You know what? How about multiple whales?
Yeah. But yeah, just seeing him back in action, whaling again. It's like,
yeah, that he hadn't learned a lesson.
Yeah,
he hadn't learned anything.
Not a thing.
No. And I do...
If anything, he fucking rose up the ranks a little because he's in the command room talking about them with the colonel, with the general.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Giovanni Ribisi bringing up this person, determined, who's above everyone else. He said determined to... Because I'm not afraid of you. I don't answer to you. Okay, so I guess there's this other human character that we don't know about. So
yeah, someone that's at the top of this.
Yeah, okay.
So
let's bring in Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, yeah. I suppose he's worked with Jimmy C before.
Yeah,
yeah.
But I think Edie Falco, the general that Camilla Soprano, I think she died in that destruction.
She did. Yeah.
Could have given her take. I like seeing her in this major IP as well as the likes of the actress who plays Sarah Connor just pop up in the latter season of Stranger Things now.
Thanks for spoiling it.
Shit.
Appreciate it.
Shit.
No, it's fine. You've spoiled it now. Thanks,
I
Mel.
thought you knew.
Nope. Wow, that would have been a really nice surprise. That would have been really good to know while I watched the show. But now I guess I know it. Thanks, Brian. Anyways...
I'll just go fucking kill myself if I don't.
Listen, come here. How about this? Just don't spoil things. And I apologise for anyone listening who wasn't expecting Stranger Things spoilers. I apologise on Brian's behalf.
I guess
because he's not going to do it because he's a prick.
Guess I didn't think.
What was I going to say
I'm
there?
sorry.
No, you're fine.
No, fuck you.
No, there was something else I was going to say there about the human characters before we moved on.
I just like seeing the consistency of Giovanni Ribisi, who doesn't look like he's aged at all either.
No,
and he's just popping up here again. Like he hasn't learned his lesson either.
No, he hasn't. Because again, he's just being funded. He's got a big payday.
Yeah,
whatever it is, he doesn't give a shit.
I don't know if he's a character I'd like to see die though.
No, I don't think that I want him to die. I feel as though I would like him to become like nearly an ambassador for the Na'vi. Like I'd like for him to have a complete change of heart.
Oh no,
somewhere along the way.
No! Send him back to Earth.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is send him back, and he has to be the one to try and convince the people at home. No, we need to leave Pandora.
Oh yeah, scare the absolute shit out of them.
Exactly. I remember now what I was going to say. I like that we had a little bit of a shift in the motivation for the humans. In the first movie, we had unobtainium. In the second movie, we had the whale goo.
The whale goo. Amrita.
Yeah. And in this one now, it's the fact that there is the ability for humans to live on Pandora.
I didn't cop that.
Unassisted from the masks.
I copped that there was... Oh, no, it's not unobtainium. It's the whale goo.
Yeah.
I didn't think that there would be something different. And now, yeah, you're right, there is this. Because it was discovered just as we discovered it.
Yes, it's discovered at, like
when they're doing the unobtainium, they've been doing that for a while. When they returned with the whale goo, they've been doing that for a while. We're all discovering the fact that a human can breathe the air of Pandora at the same time.
They haven't stopped going for the whale goo.
No.
They've continued that.
Yeah.
And it just so happens that, oh, look, now this is something that makes Pandora even better.
Yeah.
Because there's a possibility that we all can live here.
Yeah.
Anti-mask.
Anti-mask, yeah. Anti-mask, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah, trademark that. I don't know. Are we ready to talk about Spider yet, or
Spider-Man.
Spider, Monkey Boy? Because I want to make sure I've
we can always switch back to we can change gears whenever we want. I think that Spider gets a lot of hate, and I'm a Sprite.
You're a Sprite.
I'm a Spider apologist. I'm a Spider defender. I think that Spider has such an interesting moral dilemma that he has to consistently go through with the way that he interacts with his father, the legacy of his father, this avatar that has his father's memories, his found father in Jake, his found mother in Neytiri. Well, that's what she becomes. I think that he is so desperate for her to be his mother. He is so desperate to be a part of the Sully family, and he's unaccepted by Neytiri for so long. And that's an element that's why he has the sympathies towards Quaritch, and I think that there's so many great scenes that all kind of revolve around Spider.
Yeah.
And that's why I kind of understand why he's such a big part of it towards the end. That he's the one that becomes part of he becomes one with Awa as well, and they all have the ceremony where they all place the hands on him.
Oh yeah, he gets to go to Navi heaven.
And I think it felt like I was watching a scene directly taken from the Bible. In that scene after Jake and Neytiri land, and Jake tells her, "We can't continue with Spider. You were right. We have to kill him.
Oh yeah,
we have to kill him."
Oh yeah, it is that scene in the Bible.
Yeah,
where the scene.
It's taking the child out to be murdered.
Abraham going to kill his son.
Yeah,
isn't that it?
That's exactly it.
Of course it is.
It's. And I was like, "Oh my god, are we seriously doing this?"
Man, this was too fucking deep for Avatar. Like, this is supposed to be fucking and a bunch of fun.
It felt so serious.
This shit got a little too dark for me. It's like, and I didn't think the acting was as. No, it was no Mr. Stark. I don't feel very good, and even that didn't make me go, weepy. But I just thought you can't kill the kid, and Jake Sully can't kill him. Because that's too heavy. No, it's too heavy.
I don't know. I felt as though it was a great... had he killed him, I would have been like, fair fucks. I would have been like, you have some balls.
I would have been fair fucks as well, but I don't think the entirety of this movie up until that point earned that guts, earned that expectation. It felt a little too out of field. And you know what else that didn't feel very earned of it? You see Neytiri and Jake have this very serious conversation where they're talking about their little dog Lassie, and they have to put down Old Yeller.
Yeah.
And you have Old Yeller on the main shot and in insert shots, whether he's speaking when he's got this frame to himself, or you just hear him talking while the frame is still on Jake and Neytiri, and he's just fucking yapping one thing after another. Hey, I gotta take this off. This is itchy. Hey man, I'm thirsty.
Yeah, but that's. I think it comes out of left field even for him. Like it's so.
I'm trying to say his dialogue is back to the dialogue. His dialogue is so shit. It's so stupid.
Yeah, well, it is. I agree with that.
And it's cringe. It's very cringe, and it's taken me out of the fact that they're actually contemplating the fact on whether they should kill this kid. Jake, who's defended him 2 movie lengths now, and Neytiri, who was willing to kill him, and now obviously, and I like the fact that even at this point before he marches him into the woods, that she's thinking, "Wait, are you sure?"
Yeah, I think that Neytiri is the head of the Kill Spider fan club.
Yeah,
like from the beginning. Like I mean, when they're all asleep, and his mask starts to, he needs to replace the mask, and none of them can find it, and she's just kind of standing there. She's like, yep. I mean, like, why don't we just kill Spider? Like, how about that? It feels like every conversation they have up to that point, she's always bringing up, like, well, how about this? What if we killed Spider? You know?
There's a...
She's like Harry Osborn. She's like, I want to kill Spider-Man.
I don't know. There's just like little short animated thing they could release on Disney Plus where Neytiri, she's trying to scheme on him.
I'm going to hide his mask under 7 piles of laundry.
Or the many ways she attempts to kill Spider, and every time her plan is foiled yet again by Spider's just fucking happy-go-luckiness. Like he fails upwards as to how he just avoids the clutches of Neytiri's cause of his death.
But I'll tell you this about the scene, right? Is I agree that the dialogue in the background is like distracting, and it's like, oh, shut the fuck up! Like these people are talking about you going to die, they're going to kill you, and you're completely oblivious to it. But
how the fuck does he not cop?
I don't know. Yeah, I think
like he's even looking back at them.
Like at the end of the day, he is a kid. He is a kid.
No, he's not. He's 18.
He's 15,
He's
16.
18.
The actor, maybe, yeah.
He's 24.
Yeah, well, he's 15, 16. He's the same age as the kids. And Loak's like 14. So, like, you know, they're the same age. But what I will say I really, really, really like about the scene is the struggle that Jake has in the thing that he knows he has to do, that he can't bring himself to do. It's the pleading of Spider to ask him not to do it, but the eventual understanding of it. And what he says, and this is the moment that broke my heart, when he says, I understand what you need to do, but can you answer me one thing? Do you still love me? Because he still sees him as his father, and he wants his father's love, and he doesn't seek that out from Quaritch. He never seeks that out at all. He wants Jake's love.
Yeah.
And then the cut back to Neytiri wiping the disguise for the ash people off her hands, and she looks down and she sees what essentially looks like blood on her hands, and that she can't have another son's blood on her hands the same way that she lost her son in the second film. And she's the way that she snaps and she runs and she's like desperate to try and stop Jake before it happens.
Yeah.
And when she gets there and they all embrace and they hug and she finally says, I see you. Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh my God, she's finally accepted him. She's finally stopped seeing this kid as the alien and that he is part of their family. I really like the Sully family, and I love that it's a collection of lost people. And,
between Spider, Kiri, and even now Natam, who's dead and is now only exists in the spirit realm. Like that's 3 out of 5 that feels very very collected.
Yeah,
include Jake in there, who's an avatar. Like it's a very mishmash of all.
Yeah, she like Neytiri's the only actual native person there.
Yeah.
Spider feels as though he is the son that Jake wants his kids to be.
Yeah,
like
because he is actually well capable. Like,
and he's the one that doesn't have a Navi body at all. Took and Kiri's not theirs at all. It's essentially Grace. It's a clone of Grace.
Yeah.
Loak, who's a bit of a fuck up. Their son who's in the spirit world, as you said.
He was the most native, I think, to the Navi culture. I thought.
I think so. Him and Took, for some reason, I feel like Took is going to be just like our mother.
Yeah, but Took is
she's too young to tell.
She's too young. You know, she's like Jamie and Malcolm in the Middle.
Absolutely, we never really got.
If Jamie was a girl, it would not have made a difference.
Yeah,
which is, I always wanted Jamie to be a girl just because there was too many guys and too many boys in Malcolm in the Middle, but it would not have made a difference because the child was too young to do anything.
Absolutely. I was expecting actually when Kate Winslet's character gives birth to Prill.
Yeah, I
thought that her husband was also going to die. I thought that Prill was going to be part of this family, and it's literally just almost like, okay, who wants to be a Sully? You know, let's everyone be a Sully, and this huge mismatch.
So they're nearly embracing Quaritch in there as
but I could have seen Quaritch come in as like this turned uncle, and it's like, okay, we're gonna accept him, and we're gonna teach him almost how to be Navi. I think it's a very interesting family to have, and so that scene in itself, where she finally accepts him, the final member of the Sully family. Yeah. And they all break down and are crying, and it's a really great scene, and I'm so glad that they didn't kill Spider.
I'm glad as well. It's just it's not earned. It's not
the death. No, it's a very, very serious scene. It's a very serious scene.
It's too serious all of a sudden. And you know, Jake's a bit of a prick.
I think Jake is that's the Marine in Jake.
Yeah, but
that's I need to follow orders. I need to do what's for the greater good.
You know, Jake put a lot of people behind him. He put himself in front of everyone else just so he could do what he wanted to do. And look, he's all the better for it, but like, he's denying Spider that.
See, it comes after the scene where Spider saves him, and he realizes they will never kill Spider. And yes, he was able to save me in this situation, but the fact that they never even took a shot or anything like that, it's, Spider is the key.
Yeah.
They will never stop coming for Spider. And he doesn't think that he has the ability to save him.
I'm just thinking, if Quaritch was there, looking at that scene, watching Jake about to kill Spider, I'm just thinking all of a sudden Quaritch doesn't seem all that bad, or menacing, or villainous. Who's going to be the hero dad in that now? I just you know, and even
that's a great dynamic. That would have been that'd be an interesting thing to go forward.
Watching the villain
become the hero.
Yeah, and even to the point where Jake and Quaritch are battling it out, I'm thinking, all this time throughout this movie, you know, Quaritch, every time he's interacting with Spider, he's taking him against his will, but he's doing this like, all right, Sprite, here you go. All right,
I think Quaritch really genuinely does like Spider. He loves Spider.
Remember he visits him again. Like, this is the second time Spider has been captured, and the last time he was captured, he said, "Here, I got your dad's dog tags here. I'm not that man." And now here he is. Hey, I'm your dad.
Yeah, like, he's a complete change.
A complete 180 change, and he's embraced the fact that he is his dad, and that's his first step to his path of redemption, of evolving into embracing the Na'vi.
He even talks about his mother, Spider's mother. He talks about loving his mother.
For a second there, I thought, don't say it's Michelle Rodriguez.
Oh Jesus, yeah, I was afraid of that too. Actually, at a point, yeah.
But she's just a character that is created as a consequence of creating Spider and making Spider the son of the villain. Yeah, you do have to work backwards, and you don't have to create her
I don't think so. No, I don't need her.
No, she can just be anyone.
Just someone that was on the base. Yeah,
that's it, and she died. But I can't get it out of my head with Quaritch being now the fun uncle of the family, and put the Sully kids in a situation where Quaritch is the protector of the sequence. Like, there's no Neytiri, there's no Jake Sully. All of a sudden these kids are just Tuck, Kiri and maybe Spider are under the protection of Quaritch as a consequence of a battle sequence. Like, imagine if Jake Sully didn't find the kids and it was Quaritch who found them, and he is leading them to safety like he's the Buzz Lightyear that he is, and there's not an inch of anxiety making its way through his head in the thought, maybe these kids don't like me, the fact that I tried to kill them last time, and maybe that they see me as the villain. That's not bothering him at all. He's saying what it is, how it is, because he's the Marine first, as always. Yeah. And I like that in that character.
So do I. I think that, like we said there at the start, the sequence where we get Quaritch and Jake working together, I would have liked to see that expanded upon, even to that level, you know, where Quaritch is the one that has to look after Jake's kids. Yeah. Even by consequence of, like, you have, say, Loak, Kiri and Took all with Quaritch, and Jake, Spider with Jake.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, you need to look after my kids and I need to look after yours. Yeah. It's like a self-assured destruction kind of thing.
Self-assured destruction. Yeah. That's something I gotta remember. But even in the end, when Jake is fighting Quaritch, like, Quaritch he's trying to rescue and save Spider. Like Spider lifts up the crossbow and he's pointing at him and he says, "Come here, kid." You know, it doesn't even register him that Spider is devoted
to Jake.
And it takes an arrow in his arm to realize that. And you little bastard. And even then, that's not enough, because when Spider's falling back off a cliff,
he does go to save him.
It's Quaritch who jumps head first to save him. And
maybe I could have lifted you if you hadn't shot me in the arm.
And I like the fact that he's not being, a negative Nancy saying, "I should just drop you right now," or shit like that. No, he's actually still actively trying to save him and pull him up. And I thought I would not have liked it if Spider and Jake would have actively tried to kick Quaritch off while they're both trying to save Spider, because that's actually bad form. At this point now, you can't make Quaritch the one true villain. At this point, you can't. In the last movie, you could have, but you went a certain direction to keep him, and you did not confirm his death here, so you can't commit to him being the villain anymore. Too. Yeah. You can't go back. Quaritch is going to be the best character with the evolution arc of this Avatar franchise.
You know who Quaritch is going to be if he's in the next movie?
Who?
He is Barbossa in Pirates of the Caribbean 3.
Why 3? Why not 4?
Because he's not in 2.
Why not 4?
Because when I think Pirates of the Caribbean, I think Pirates of the Caribbean 1, 2, 3. Like, he's back. He was a villain. Yeah. People are still mistrusting of him, but he is on the side of the good guys. Next movie, I think you nailed it, where you have the chairman, whoever that is. Yeah. It's going to be that kind of a level of a bad guy, like someone at the top of this business thing.
Yeah, but it's not going to be as effective when it's just a human.
No, it won't be. But I mean, it doesn't have to just be human. Like we didn't see what became of Varang. Like we could see her.
Yeah, we did. I'm surprised they didn't kill her. I really thought she was going to die.
I feel as though she's pregnant. I feel as though Quaritch is going to have a baby Quaritch.
Any more Sully kids want to join the family?
Yeah.
Do you know what I did like?
Tell me.
Neytiri had her own little arch nemesis in this movie.
With Varang.
Yeah. And do you know what else I even love more about Varang in that particular regard?
Tell me.
Varang would shoot you in the back the millisecond she gets, but you have a knife to her neck and you're threatening her, she will fucking walk on glass to do what you tell her.
Yeah.
She reminded me of Bellatrix Lestrange.
Okay.
Because there's at least 2 sequences in the Harry Potter franchise where Bellatrix is that her name?
Yep.
She is in a unfortunate situation and then
And she crumbles. Yeah.
She crumbles and she has her. Man, look, and the actress is great. Helena Bonham Carter. She's her lips quirling, and she's whimpering because all of a sudden death is facing down her.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
And all of a sudden this villain who likes to gloat in how powerful.
Yeah, she loves it. Yeah.
And I thought Varang is a lot of that. She gloats in the power she finds herself in, towering over others, looking down at them.
Yeah.
And she'll brag about that. But Neytiri just fucking pins her down, and all of a sudden she's not so powerful. And then that's it. She's I just like that part.
Yeah.
She's not brave, and she's not she's afraid of death.
She's cruel and cowardly.
Yeah. If only I could fucking say that. But yeah,
That's what you got me for.
I do. But I like that she nearly got Neytiri. She overpowered her. She governed her to Rick Grimes, and then it was Curie who had to jump in to take her out with using her own weapon against her.
Yeah. She used her
ponytail.
Her ponytail.
Yeah. Man, gotta get one of those. Funny you could grow them. But I like she sends her on the way. She sends her packing with her tail between her legs, literally, and she calls her bitch while she's at it. So that's a nice callback to Aliens. With Sigourney Weaver saying bitch.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I like Sigourney Weaver. You know what? I like seeing Grace there, even though it's very out of place to see a human character with human clothes in the spirit world of the Na'vi. It's just out of place altogether. And I think maybe it would be nice to see Grace and Kiri have a conversation that leads to the two of them understanding one another, that they are mother and daughter, because there was that little vision Kiri has with Grace saying "Mom," and it's as if a reveal's about to happen, but we don't get that. And next thing you know, they've already had their meet up and talk and understanding. Yeah, this is my mom. She's human, and I'm her daughter from her avatar, and I like that they got there. But it's just very strange to see that they got there off screen. Yeah. What do you make of that?
I'll be honest with you, I find it a little bit cringe. It's just something about like a 70-year-old woman playing a 16-year-old that I just like.
I'm talking about Grace now, not Kiri.
Yeah, sorry. So what's the question?
Kiri seems to have a relationship with Grace in the spirit world, understanding that that's my mom, and I am not confused in any way about how she is my mom and what I am as her daughter and as a child of Ewa and the vessel of Ewa. It feels like they got from that vision in The Way of Water to that final scene.
Well, I mean, she was always going into the scientists, and like Grace's avatar body is there, and she's always saying hello to her mom there.
Yeah, but she was never getting any responses back to that. Yeah. So that was like Kiri's imagination of what would be. She's speaking to her as if she can say almost anything, knowing that she's not going to get a response. And now all of a sudden she's able to communicate with her mother, who's a human. Yeah, it's just strange. I like it. I think it's one of the more interesting aspects about Kiri as a character, and I don't have a problem at all that Sigourney Weaver's playing a 16-year-old. Yeah, that it's just that I don't know what it is. For some reason, I just find it a little bit like strange. Just having like a 70-year-old playing a 16-year-old. I like it.
Well,
I like different things. When else are you gonna get that?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think it's cute.
Okay,
I like
you
it.
say so.
You walked out at probably one of the most pivotal scenes.
I don't know, man. I think that you're all bullshitting me. I didn't see it happen, so I refuse to believe that it happened. No, I'm going to see the film again on Wednesday, actually. So I will choose not to go pee during this scene and see if it actually happened.
And the scene we're referring to is
I don't know. I didn't see it, and you're making it up, so you tell me.
Carrie kisses Spider.
Rotten, disgusting. No, it's not rotten or disgusting. Sorry,
I
I just don't believe that it happened.
I was thrown off by the absolute cringe of it.
I assume that she'd be so much. Her face is so much bigger than Spider's.
Yeah. She kneels down.
Yeah, but like also the kiss, like her lips would like engulf his face.
No.
It's a normal kiss.
It's quite normal.
Okay,
yeah. But I mean, fuck it. Why not?
I didn't see it, so sure.
Like, why not? Yeah, go for it. I think it's cool that, it reminds me a little bit of She-Hulk in a way.
I mean, to be honest with you, like when I came back and you said that, I was like, okay, yeah, like I kind of saw that happening. I saw that there was a bit of romance between the two of them.
I didn't think they'd actually do it though.
Okay, well,
Hey man, if you're James Cameron, you want to have fun with it, go fucking nuts.
Yeah,
I mean, go nuts.
yeah. As I said, I didn't see it, so I just don't believe it. I'll believe it when I see it, and I'll be seeing it on Wednesday. You know what's funny? I heard people describe the scene where they land off the Banshee and Spider keeps talking about how much he needs to pee.
Yeah.
I heard people say, "Oh yeah, that's the perfect time to go pee," and I was like, "No, it's not at all. It's that whole scene, the conversation that Jake and Neytiri have. Can you imagine if you went pee in that scene and then came back and all of a sudden Jake's in the forest about to kill Spider? You'd be like, "What the fuck? What happened? What happened?"
But if you come back after that scene's over, well then maybe, yeah.
If you came back after that scene, jeez Louise, you missed a great scene. That's probably one of my favorite scenes in the film.
Maybe just don't go pee.
Listen, I had to pee.
Hold it in.
Listen, if you feel as though Spider and Kiri are about to kiss, apparently you can pee because you're not going to miss much. Well, the fact that they never referenced it again, or they never...
Oh no, they're holding hands by the end of it.
But they always felt like they would be holding hands anyway. Whatever.
Here, look.
Look, it didn't happen. You're making it up, so...
Leia kissed Luke. That's
Leia
what
kissed
happened
Luke,
here.
and they were brother and sister, and these two are just adopted brother and sister. They're not even... Yeah, they're not close to each other.
I know,
in any kind of way.
Which makes it perfectly acceptable. What else? Who's your favourite character?
Neytiri.
Neytiri?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Quaritch, gives her a good run for her money, especially in this film, just personality-wise.
Yeah.
Something about Neytiri that I love. And you know what? Something crazy that, like, is a tiny, tiny little decision.
What's that?
I love the war paint. The colour that she wears in the war paint, the green and the yellow, complementing her blue skin. Every time I see her, I was like, oh, she is just beautiful. And she is so ready for war, and she looks perfect. She just looks so good. I love it. And Neytiri, like I said earlier, right, the scene where she finally accepts Spider is a fantastic, great scene. But on the flip side of that, where she talks about how she doesn't like her kids, or that she resents her kids because of the human aspect of them. God, that is such a raw scene. And when she talks about everything that she's lost, she lost her father, she lost Home Tree, she lost at the beginning of the second film, there was the whole destruction of the forest. The fact that she's like, I don't even have my father's bow. It's heartbreaking how much she has lost. She lost her son at the end of this movie. And when Loak comes and presents her with the bow, her father's bow, like, that's the first time I've seen her like be a kind of motherly, show a bit of motherly love to any of her kids.
Yeah, like, it's a little different when she's just being motherly to Tuck because
she's so young. Yeah,
she's the child. But being a mother to her teenage children, that's different.
So I think I just love Neytiri. Like, there's no, I wish that we had a little bit more of her ferocity. The ferocity that we had from her in the second film after the son had died.
Yeah.
That was like,
her like animalistic instincts came out.
That was like primal. That was like, this is just such a great level to
But like, she is like that. Even when the lads the humans are catcalling her and she's walking past them under the disguise, and she just reacts. Ah!
Well, we get it in a different way. Like when she goes in and she absolutely just destroys the base with the grenade
she does that
arrows
all on her own.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's a great scene. And then as well as that, when she lands and that little interaction that her and Jake have, where he's like, I don't know whether to hug you or to yell at you, and he's like, my Jake, you are wasting time. And it's like, oh my god, this is great. I just love Neytiri. She's my favorite. absolutely.
Yeah, her and Quaritch are my favourites, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I agree. But I just like Quaritch because he's...
I like him for his human aspects.
Yeah.
You know?
There's a lot... Put it this way. Jake is no more the complicated, complex character now. He's
been outshone by Quaritch, yeah.
Yeah, and Neytiri. And Neytiri's a native to the whole thing. I really do hope we get the fourth one.
So do I. I don't want to say goodbye to the Avatar franchise. I don't.
But I do want to say goodbye to him when James Cameron does his fifth one and then retires. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I suppose. I'm not ready to say goodbye to it right now.
Oh yeah.
I'm happy to have more of it.
Yeah. Well, I just want the 2 more James Cameron's going to do, and then that's it. No one else can do them.
Fair enough. Okay. I don't think you have a choice in it, but I mean, if you had to have a choice, then yeah, I'd agree with that.
Well, to be fair, like James Cameron is like.
I don't think anyone else would take this on.
Who the fuck could?
Yeah.
Like, who could, really?
You know, there's something that people say, like, oh, imagine all the great movies that we could have gotten if he wasn't so focused on all these Avatar movies. And
I heard someone say that,
the thing I like to remind people is, nobody's forcing him to make these movies.
He wants to
make them. And if he wants to make them, and, like, realistically, I know I said at the start of the movie that this is, like, it is a bloated mess.
Yeah.
Even though we've talked very positively about it, I think it still is quite a mess of a film. And it feels like there are a lot of elements that it is the second film reskinned again. Like we said, it's Avatar 2 Part 2.
Yeah.
He's enjoying making these, and they're self-funded essentially because he makes this movie for $500 million and it's going to make $2 billion. Everyone is going out to see this. Like, if the man is enjoying it and he wants to make it and this is his vision, let him. I would much rather watch someone be passionate about something and make it, as opposed to someone that's just coming in, oh yeah, I'm making the new Avatar film. I'm a paint by numbers kind of guy. You know, I'm just gonna make essentially what people want. It's like, no, I don't want that. I want someone that's passionate.
You know, he does say he's working on 1 or 2 more Alita movies, and he's thinking about an idea for a Terminator movie, and he says he does want to direct a movie about this Japanese civilian or soldier who survived both atomic bombs.
Okay, that's
those are some ideas he's doing, but sorry, pal, you've committed to this to the point where you gotta finish it out. You have to see it through, unless you personally handpick a protege to finish them.
Yeah, and he doesn't. I don't feel like he has that. He hasn't got someone. There's no Dave Filoni to George Lucas.
No. He needs to do it himself. And like what? They're 20, 30.
Next one is due 4 years from the 21st. So that's 2029, and then the next one's 2031.
I think he can make that.
6 years? Yeah. I think so too.
Yeah, but sure, this movie was delayed by a year, so this should have come out in 2020.
Let's 23. 2023. Let's say. I'd be happy to have this franchise rounded out in 2023.
2023?
2033.
33.
Yeah.
Will this podcast be going?
I don't know, but we'll see.
We'll see.
You know what? If it's not going, we can come back for Avatars.
Yeah. We don't have to come back for everything.
Yeah.
But sometimes we can choose.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty happy with that.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else, because I'm happy with Loak is Loak. His hot girlfriend who's fictional and is an alien, and her Na'vi years could age differently to my years, but
you don't have to dance around the fact that you said she was hot.
She's hot.
Yeah,
she is hot. I'm sorry, she's hot. What can I say? Fuck it. All the Na'vi are hot. There is no Na'vi that's not hot. But Loak did have a bit of a development in this movie. So he did upgrade a bit. Varang, she has to come back. Don't redeem her. She has to remain a villain through and through to the very bitter end, and she has to die. I don't know about her becoming the lead protagonist, the lead antagonist of a movie, because she is kind of a supporting villain
in this movie. Absolutely, yeah.
But how could she fare as a leading villain? Yeah, I don't know about that. I very much feel like this was the movie to have her meet her end.
We didn't see that.
No, she's still alive. She made it out. Do you know who else fucking made it out? Quaritch's right-hand guy, the baldy guy.
Lyle. Yeah, it's interesting because Quaritch came to Pandora with a full team of avatars, and it's only him and Lyle.
That's it.
Why
is James Cameron keeping that actor around?
I don't know, man. Because he saw your TikTok. He saw the TikTok you made of Lyle.
Yeah, he's Starscream to his Megatron.
Yeah.
And like they're acknowledging his role as a character. Mm-hmm. You can't let
he's
him,
not just there. Yeah,
you can't let him tag along with Quaritch and Jake with Jake's kids.
Yeah.
because that's awkward. That's too awkward. All right, he ran away and he's still the devoted supporting Marine.
Yeah.
But what are you doing with him?
Yeah.
Like,
I couldn't tell you where he ends up. I don't know where he is by the end of the movie.
I think he has to die, but I think at this point now he has to die in such a way that is somewhat admirable.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Well, no, he has to now because it's a.
If you say so, yeah.
No, in the last movie he could have died just like that, but no, not now.
Maybe they just didn't want to have Quaritch just solo. They got to give him someone, and he's the most recognizable.
That actor's getting paid. So.
Yeah, listen,
Fair
get your
play.
bag, man.
Yeah, man, fair play to him. Honestly, there was a rumor Vin Diesel was going to appear in these movies.
What?
Yeah,
I didn't hear that rumor at all.
Yeah, I swear to God.
I don't mind him not being in it, to be honest.
Yeah,
Perfectly fine.
Where do they go?
I don't know. I couldn't have predicted the plot of this. I mean, I don't know if James Cameron can predict the plot of it. And to be honest, Joe, I don't know if I can discuss the plot of it because is there a plot? No. I don't know. A lot of things just happen.
Yeah, a lot of things do just happen.
So I couldn't predict where any of this goes. It feels as though it feels like it's nearly true to life, where because there's no plot and things just happen. That's kind of what life is. Things just happening, and you're dealing with them as they come.
Yeah, there's no plot in my life.
Yeah,
or yours.
No, so I couldn't predict where any of this goes. I feel as though taking the Na'vi to Earth would be an interesting thing to do to get off of Pandora. But like, do we want to see that? Do we want to get off Pandora? I don't think so.
I think it was John Lando who passed away. I think he said yes. That's where they're thinking of going.
Okay.
In the fifth one.
I don't know if I would want to see. Like, I like Pandora. I like it as a planet.
Yeah.
I like the aliens on it. I like that there's a society of like the whales.
Yeah.
Like a society that aren't a humanoid alien.
Yeah.
And are
but who's
free thinking
who's putting those rings on those whales' ears and noses?
They work in tandem with the reef people.
Right. They're fucking huge.
They're massive.
Yeah, fucking massive.
But I like that we have an actual society and have aliens that are conscious, thinking, and and smart, and like they keep saying, it's like these are they have generations, they share stories, they sing songs, they have culture.
Yeah.
And I like that we have that, but they're not like a humanoid alien.
Yeah.
You know?
They're CGI.
They're CGI.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
That's it.
That was a quick 20 minutes, like we said we would do, yeah.
You broke a record.
I like that our first episode was Avatar: Way of Water. It was about 40 minutes, and then this one is an hour and 40 minutes, which means that we have just become less consistent, less concise. We just ramble a bit more now.
We got better.
I hope so. Have you got a recommendation before we let these people go?
Yeah. Have you got a recommendation?
I do. I feel it might be the same recommendation.
No, you go on ahead. I don't think it's going to be the same.
Okay, well, because it's Christmas Eve, I'm going to recommend that everyone spends time with their family. No, I'm joking. Watch It, Welcome to Derry. What a great series. What a great series that genuinely gave me nightmares. I was sick last week. And I watched the finale and I had nightmares where Pennywise was coming for me. And it's a fantastic series of television.
It, Welcome to Derry, is better than both It movies combined.
Yes, I agree.
And it has less of Bill Skarsgård, I think, in It, Welcome to Derry.
I don't know. Could be on par. Because of those last couple episodes, I feel like we got a lot of Bill Skarsgård.
We did. Fair enough, we did.
We're spoiled by him. Absolutely spoiled.
Spoiled by him. I'm absolutely shocked as the amount of screen time we had of Bill Skarsgård.
100%. What about you? Recommending?
Yeah, because it's the Christmas time now, I think it's very appropriate to recommend. Because I just watched a pilot of it. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Did you?
I did.
Wow. How interesting. How interesting that your journey begins now into Always Sunny in Philadelphia. A journey that many people have been on for nearly 20 years. I've been on it for, when did I start watching it? 2015? I've been watching it for the last 10 years or so. I caught up like 10 years ago and I've been watching it series to series after that. But wow. What do you think? Good?
Yeah, it's good. It's 2005. There was a lot of like visual noise on the screen. It's pixelated.
It's standard def. It's very grimy. It's very dirty.
Yeah,
and it's such a.
And you know what? I like it. It's a blast from the past. It's a peek in the window at the time where I was too young to remember.
It stays like that for a while. And it doesn't. It doesn't switch over to digital for a while.
Yeah.
It's also one of those shows that like season 1 is. Like, I mean, the first episode is a pretty rough episode to be like,
I thought
I'm
it was
not sure.
I thought it was funny.
Okay, good.
The first episode.
Yeah, but the gang gets racist.
gang gets racist. But was it really like that? Because
That's the name of the episode.
yeah, it's the name of the episode, but it's nothing really to do with race. It's more so them opening, them getting success with the bar, and they didn't realize it was turning into a gay bar. And
Yeah.
so half of them liked it because of how much money you're making. The other half didn't like it because reasons. I can see how they can be assholes. They're not there yet.
Well, you've watched one episode. Yeah, you've got a couple.
And there's
hundred.
no, and I like it, and yet Danny DeVito has not appeared in it yet.
No, and the show only gets better when Danny DeVito gets into it. Not that the first season is bad by any stretch.
Yeah,
But it only gets better, and it consistently gets better and better and better.
looking forward to it.
Good. I'm glad that you finally get to watch it. It's one of those shows that, yeah, maybe now that I know you're watching it, I might just start rewatching it as well. Great show. Very good show.
Copycat.
Yeah. Brian, thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Talking Pictures Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure that you're subscribed to us on your favorite podcasting app of choice to never miss an episode. You can follow us on all of our social medias. They're down in the links below. We've new episodes every single Wednesday, as well as, like I said, our final bonus episode of the year. Not to say that we won't do future bonus episodes, but this is our last regularly scheduled bonus episode this weekend. So make sure that if you're not subscribed to us, you are, to not miss that bonus episode. I'm telling you guys, it's a good one.
A lot of work going into that.
Sorry?
There's a lot of work going
I
into
thought you said not a lot of work, and
No,
I was
no,
like, fuck you, Brian.
No, I said a lot of
That's
work.
okay. That's okay. A lot of work. This podcast is brought to you by Another Happy Studios, so make sure that you're following all of the other podcasts on our network. That's the Fishing Trip Files, as well as Still Got Legs, as well as, I believe, Another Happy Pod. They have a Christmas episode out this week, so make sure that you're listening to that. You go find that. So you can find them at anotherhappystudios.com. Brian, have you any final words before we let these people go?
David, thank you.
Feliz Navidad, Brian.